Hey everybody, how you doing? Dash and Dave here again. Alright, we've reached some milestones here in the last 5 or 10 days. Number one, 1,600 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. That's all on you guys. Thank you very much. There's 50 or 60 of you that watch all my Doordash videos. Thank you very much. What do you want to see? You know, I mean, so much of it's been done to death, and I'm feeling I'm getting a little repetitive. I am going to be doing a video here real quickly on the equipment that I carry and that you should be carrying too. All right, so thank you very much for watching the videos. We're at 232 Uber Eats deliveries under the belt and around 26 to 2,700 Doordash deliveries. So we're just moving right along and cranking them off left and right. Having a lot of fun doing it and making these videos for you, and maybe you can take something from this and learn a little bit or whatever. So anyway, thank you again very much for watching. All right, happy Monday morning, June 6th. Gray, overcast. We got showers coming through here, scattered showers. Had about an inch of rain in the last 12 hours. Been some ponding in the fields, I see. It is 7:01. According to Speedwagon. I think you're seeing 7:05 on the dash cam. What the hell am I doing out here so early? Man, I'm having a hard time pinning this market down. Last weekend, Saturday and Sunday, fantastic days. I'll toss the numbers up. Yesterday, Sunday, and then the day before Saturday, this last weekend, the exact opposite. Just dead. And 350 peak pay on Sunday yesterday for several hours. Which means what? Okay, so I'm going to get into this peak pay thing here pretty soon once we get parked about how peak pay is determined to be applied, how much to be applied, and yada yada yada. Okay, so anyway, 7 o'clock, I'm out here. I've got to learn my market all over again. It's different every day. I've said that before. It's different every week. It's hard to pin down. And remember, the thing that I've said before is this summer of 2022 is a whole brand new ball game. Remember, we had the COVID over the last 2 summers. Throw all that out the window. The 2 summers before that was when the delivery gigs were being founded and started up and finding their footing, finding their customer base. Even if COVID had not happened over the last 2 years, you could not compare this summer with the previous summers over 2 years ago in the first 2 years of the startup. You follow me? It would have progressed a lot differently, more naturally with building of the customer base, yada, yada, yada. Then you throw in the fact that we had COVID for those 2 years. Everything's just a scratch. Scratch it all. Plus we've got inflation. Plus we've got super high gas prices. You cannot base anything you've done previously to figure out how things are working here. Now that's my market, and plus it's a college town, like I said, so summertime we've lost quite a bit of our customer base. Every market's different, every day's different, every hour's different. So we have $4.50 peak pay for a half hour here till 7:30, and then we're on $3 peak pay all the way until 11 o'clock. So let me get parked here, and then we'll talk about how I think peak pay is determined, when it's applied, how much, and so on and so forth. Okay, so just hang on a second here. All right, well, I just pulled into Panera there, and I got a ping for Uber Eats. Pretty good payout, a little over $10 up to one of the complexes where the married students live. So what I want to talk about, peak pay. How do they determine when peak pay is applied? You know, what's the dollar amount, how long, yada, yada, yada. Conjecture on my part. I think it's all automatic in the algorithm, that there's not a set of eyes on it. And the reason I say that is I think there's like 80 markets, 70 or 80 markets in the state of Iowa by itself. You think somebody's looking at all the data and all that and determine whether or not there's going to be peak pay and how much it's going to be and for how long? No. It's now not to say that there's a set of eyes checking, But overall, I believe it's all the computer algorithm automatic. How do they determine that? It's got to be historical. That's the only thing that the data will show. You know, I mean, so again, going back to what I've said, this summer is a brand new summer. It's a brand new start for everybody, including the algorithms, and I'm thinking that they're missing it big time, at least in my market. Like I said, last weekend, 2 weekends ago, not last weekend, but the previous weekend, Saturday and Sunday were fantastic. I was barely halfway between Ames, Nevada and Ames, and I was getting pings on both DoorDash and Uber Eats. Why was I getting those job offers 7-8 miles away? Because there was nobody over here delivering, or the few that were out delivering were already on other jobs, so I got the offer 7-8 miles away. That did not happen yesterday or the previous Saturday. Didn't happen today. So I think they saw that, the algorithm being they, and determined we better put some peak pay out, you know, on Sunday. Well, that drove everybody and his brother out, which means there was way too many dashers for the demand, and we're all getting 1 or 2 jobs per hour. Whereas the previous weekend, when I was one of the few out here, man, it was, you know, non-stop. So the algorithm needs to learn a little bit more, I believe, and I think that, you know, it will learn as time goes by. But today, $4.50 peak pay for the next 15 minutes, and then $3 peak pay for the next 3.5 hours. I don't think it's going to be a very good Monday. I think it was about a Monday ago or so that I had a banging Monday. You know, I mentioned that one was bad, one was good. You just never know. But I think the algorithm is throwing a wrench into this with this peak pay, drawing everybody out, you know, and getting the orders taken care of. So I think there needs to be some balance. Now, I've mentioned also before that the algorithm has determined, you know, how many dashes are needed in each specific zone for each hour block. I screwed up again the other day. It was, I think it's around 4 p.m., I think, in my market, when the next day, when you're 7 days out, 6-7 days out, that you can go to that day on the calendar and select a full day chunk. I missed that, so I think it's on Friday. I'm starting at 11:30 a.m. Otherwise, this week I've got 7 to 7 today. I think it's 7 to 7 tomorrow. 8 start time, then a 9 start time. I'm kind of fluctuating it a little bit. But, you know, I don't think that these next couple days are going to be that great, and I'm going to be out here for long hours making $15, $16 an hour, but I'm going to be looking at the total for the day. I've got the time to do it anyway, you know, and got to figure out this market. How do you figure out the market when the market doesn't even know what it's doing? And I'm not bashing these guys. Again, this is a whole brand new ball game this summer. We're relearning everything. So far, in 15 minutes, not one ping on DoorDash, and only 2 hotspots in town right now. All right, got that one in just under the wire at 7:28, and so that's the $4.50 peak pay. That was still going to pay without the $4.50 peak pay, $6.75, 3 miles from Campus Town out into east end of town there, the Duff Zone. So a lot of construction here in Campus Town. Anyway, so yeah, got that one in just under the wire. That's a Uber Eats that's taking me in the wrong direction, only for $5, so we're not going to take that one. All right, this one here is kind of interesting. 2.4 miles, $17. You can see they're real close to each other. You take off $3 per order, that's $6. So that takes it down to 11. Let's give each one of these orders $5.50 without the peak pay. 2.4 miles. Each one of them are generally considered to be within a acceptable delivery. Now, me, myself, and I might not have taken one of those, you know, if it was offered up as a single, because I didn't want to get out into that area where you're going to drive the 2 miles back before you even get close to being in another restaurant. Okay, but the two of them packaged together, remember, I'm talking without the peak pay, definitely would be worthy of taking at $11. Okay, then you throw on $6 a peak pay, now we're talking 17 bucks. So it's really interesting that the algorithm has put these two together with peak pay. The only thing I can say is it's slow out here, and or the peak pay has, you know, brought out dashers who are doing, I don't know. I just don't understand this sometimes. As the peak pay not drawn out dashers. The hot spots are few and far between, 1 or 2 every 10 minutes. I've been cruising back and forth on Lincoln Way. You know, I've only had about 3 or 4 jobs in 2 hours since we started. It's about 9:05 right now. So anyway, but hell yeah, 2.4 miles, $17, one pickup at McDonald's out here in West Ames, and delivering it 2.4 miles away to 2 locations that I've been to before. I mean, literally, I think I've been to both of these customers before. So anyway, yeah, I'll take it. Hell yeah, Tony. All right, come on, let's rock. Well, that was some of the easiest $17 I've ever made. Yeah, and I guess, you know, the reason the algorithm packed them together is because they're within a block of each other. But what's interesting, and you know, they came in at the same time. What's interesting is, assuming that there's more dashers out here than what's needed right now, it's interesting that it didn't, you know, split them apart. Or even with $3 peak pay, are there very few of us out here? I asked, the kid at McDonald's. He said, we've only had 4 or 5 deliveries today. And I know that McDonald's out here in West Ames, it rock and rolls. So anyway, yeah, a good $17. That's going to help the average quite a bit. All right, that's the end of $3 peak pay. It's 11:03, or you're seeing 11:06 on the dash cam there. Came out at $81, so just a tick over $20 an hour, and $1.73 per mile, $1.73 per mile. So pretty damn good morning. Now, I think peak pay at $3, I had one at $4.50, but for the most part it was $3. I think that was worth $21. So basically an hour's worth of pay, yeah, if you will, today. Now, this has been a damn good morning compared to the other $3.50 peak pays that I've had the last two times, where it was just so dead slow. We were just, you know, all of us dashers out there were just carving up 1 or 2 jobs per hour. This one was pretty good. Had a couple good Uber Eats runs along with that helped fill out the morning. And so now we get to that point where we've all been there. Peak pay is over. We're going to transition into normal pay. And wow, the jobs are going to look horrible without that $3 of peak pay on there. So we're going to be looking at $4.75, $5.75, and $7.75, you know, instead of starting out at $10, $11, $12, $13, you know, that one $17 I had. Wow, that was cool. That was cool. So anyway, so now we got to just reset the mind, reset the mentality that we're back to $4.75, $5.75, $6.75 offers, apply the mileage metric, and just keep on going from here. So damn good start overall. Super slow Monday, you know. I've said before, Mondays just can't figure them out. Some of them are just the best days ever, and some of them are just the worst days ever. Again, learn your market, know your market, work your market, and understand that it's going to be different every single day. That's why I'm coming out early again, is to relearn this market. It may take 8, 9, 10 hours to make $150, $170, $180, but you know, for me, it is what it is, and we just go from there. Well, it's straight up 2 o'clock. I'm calling it. I just, no pings for a half an hour. As I said at the gas station, waiting my turn to put in very pricey gasoline, $4.33 a gallon. That's better than some of you, though, in some of the parts of the country, I understand. So, anyway, half hour, no pings on either Uber Eats or Doordash. Like I said, 2 o'clock, I decided to call it. 148 bucks, pretty good day. Granted, $21 of that was $3 peak pay. But we'll come out and hit it again tomorrow. I got start time at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So we'll just keep playing this game of running various hours schedules and trying to figure out where the people are buying and when are they buying. But overall, pretty good day today. I'll take it. I'll take it. Alright guys and gals, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you can take something from this video and put it to use for yourself. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and hope to see you next time.